Alright, let's see how fast I can get through this. If you don't know me, my friends do. My family does. I'm a single mom of 2. I'm 21 years old. And I'm from Kansas. If you don't know where that is, it is in the center of the United States of America. Pull out the United States map. Go to the middle. Above Oklahoma and below Nebraska and next to Colorado, there is Kansas. We look like a graham cracker with the corner bit off. We are the flattest state there is. We are the airplane capital of the United States of America. Hopefully you know where that is. Because I did pageants when I was younger, and I say I'm from Kansas, and nobody knew where that was. And that is really bad. Especially since how like Wizard of Oz and everything is based off here. And don't leave a comment like how's Dorothy doing or Toto, okay? You know what? Yeah, I'm from Kansas. Wizard of Oz is based off Kansas, but you know what? It was not filmed in Kansas. It was a studio. Alright, anyway. This is to let moms, dads, anyone know the things people tell you after you have a baby at a young age are not true. That girls, it's all your fault. No, it's not, okay? It takes 2 to make a baby. 2. You know, a boy and a girl. I mean, on Facebook, I bluntly put it, you know what? It takes a penis and a vagina to make a baby. So why do you blame the girl? I got sick and tired of taking the blame and went off. Because it's not fair. Not being able to go to college or finish high school. Not true. I did not have a kid in high school. I was in college. But I finished high school and I knew plenty of girls that did too that were pregnant. I got pregnant right after I graduated and had a baby. I'm in college right now. And I'm making as good as great as I did in high school. And I graduated from the top 5% of my class, the class of 300 and something students. So, you can do it. I'm making good grades, you can do it. And I don't have daycare. I don't have that help, and I do it just fine. My kids are happy, they're healthy, they learning, they have plenty of stuff, they love to eat, and I find time, and I'm never too tired for them. It is called a lot of coffee and some good friends and a school that works with you. My kids have a sister. Oh, I have a boy and a girl, Wyatt and Willow, 2 and 1. They have a sister who's also 1. Her name is Juliet. And me and her mom are really good friends on account of their dad doesn't come around very much. So we make sure those kids have a good, healthy relationship together, and we always will. They deserve that. They're just babies. They don't deserve any less. The last time he saw him was 7 weeks ago. Last time I called him 7 weeks ago, I think. I mean, I tried to get a hold of him. Tried to get a hold of him when my son went to the hospital again for MRSA. But he wouldn't pick up, didn't text back. But I have a great boyfriend in my life. He was there to help me with them. Now, MRSA, I'm going to try to do this as simply as possible. It's a staph infection, kind of, sort of. It comes from a staph infection. You get staph, you let it go too long, you get MRSA. You can get in the hospitals through blood transfusions, things like that, just random things. Now, my son got MRSA in the hospital when he was a baby. This affects his entire life. If the infection reaches the bloodstream, it kills him, and it's not hard for it to because there's a hard papule, which is a hard rock of pus. So I know it sounds gross. And it works its way down through the skin and through the muscles and eventually hits the bloodstream, and it can kill a kid very easily. It can kill an adult. Well, he's gone to the hospital a few times for it, several times, because he was actually really active, and he went to the hospital again. I called him, and just like the time before, I called him, and this time he still didn't show up. My son, the time before this last one, he was in the hospital for 3 days for it, with an IV, an antibiotic, and they're cleaning his system. And he still didn't show up. But my stepdad, who I do not like, we do not get along with butt heads. I think it's because we're both very headstrong. and we're both very strong-willed. He showed up. And if he didn't, I would have lost it. They needed to sedate my son because my son's really strong for a 2-year-old, alright? At this time, he was still a year old. He was like 18 months. And he was strong-willed. Yeah. Kicked around, bit some nurses, and it took a lot of people to hold him down just to sedate him. That's my boy. He's a strong little thing. My daughter's small for her age, so that worries me, but all I know is if you're a mom or you have a stepdad and you're having kids, just lighten up on the guy, alright? He loves those kids, and the reason he pushes you the way he does, if he pushes you to the point you want to beat him, is because he loves you, and he loves those kids, and he wants what's best for them. And it took me a while to realize that. And I'm 21, and I just realized it. My mom and I, we used to get along really well, and now, you know, I've grown up. I'm on my own. I take care of my kids. I help my boyfriend with his kids 2 days that I don't work or need to do homework because it's cheaper. And he has some beautiful babies, and their mom, I hope she comes home. Not home. I don't want to lose him or the kids, but I'm saying I hope she comes and sees his babies. She has 3 gorgeous kids that miss her. And when she's ready, the door's open. It's always open for her. And I hope she knows that. I could tell her and scream from a mountain, but I hope she hears me loud enough to say it. I'm going over. I've told her I'm not her kid's mom. I'll never try to do that to her. I've had girls try to do that to me with my ex, and it hurts. It hurts to do that to anyone else. To hear somebody else be called mama from your kid, it hurts. And that's never going to happen. Her kids know very well that my name is Kayla. It's not mama, it's not mom, it is Kayla. And I tell her kids that every day. And I tell them she loves them. And she misses them. And she's just trying to get her life in order so they can go over and see her. If she makes a liar out of me, I'd rather be a liar with those kids than put down hope on them and make them pessimistic. The lies you won't ever date, you're gonna date. You might want to try to date guys with kids. It's a little easier because they're out of the party phase. Most of them anyway. They're ready to grow up and move on with their lives and have a home and a family. Diapers, if you need help with that, just let me know. Kids are not as fragile as you think they are, and trust me, I figured that out. I mean, I'm a medical student, and I still spaz out after having kids. I was scared of what was going to happen to my kids and everything else. Like I said, if you have kids and they have another sibling with another woman or another man or anything, you make sure to have those kids see that sibling. You make sure and been on it. Don't let people tell you that being around gay people is going to make your kid that way. You know what? That's not what it is. People choose to love who they love, and I'm not gonna teach my kids to hate anybody. They're gonna love everybody equally, because nobody on this earth deserves to have any of their rights taken away from them. Not their right to love, not their right to smoke, not their right to drink, not their right to be themselves. It's not fair. I think one day the government's gonna stick us in uniforms and say, here's your book to life. This is exactly what you're gonna do and exactly when you're gonna do it. This is who you're gonna marry. I'm scared. I don't think that would fix little issues we have financially in the States, but okay, whatever. I'm religious. I'm Roman Catholic, and the hardest thing for me was going back to church. But I did, and they don't judge me. They look at me because I have 2 beautiful babies that are gifts from God. And it is scary going back to church after being taught for so many years that premarital sex was wrong, having babies before marriage is wrong. But I did, and it was worth it because they love my kids and they don't judge me for it. And that's what good Christians do. They do not judge you. The ones that do, sometimes I want to slap them because I'm like, I'm Roman Catholic. I know my 10 Commandments really well. And one of them is, thou shalt not judge. And you're sitting here judging me. You cannot judge me and think you're working in the way of the Lord because He's the only one that has the right to say anything about me. And obviously He likes where I'm going because if He didn't, He would not have blessed me with so many good things in my life. Not a good mom, not a good dad. I mean, my life when I was little sucked with them because my mom wanted a party and my dad wasn't. He was not the best dad in the world. But now I see what I have, and it's changed since I was a kid. And since I had kids, it's changed, and that makes me realize something. If God didn't want me to have kids, I wouldn't have had kids. If He didn't want me to have a better life, He wouldn't have given it to me. I mean, I've worked for it, don't get me wrong. I mean, I keep my grades up, I push myself, I make sure I'm where I need to be on time. But He would not have given me the opportunities He's had if He didn't want me to have kids. The things that happen on TV aren't always that way. Sometimes the dad just bails because he wants to. He has no reason. He doesn't come back. Ever. You'll hear people, when you ask for help, say you should have had an adoption or abortion. You should have done this, you should have done that. That baby, I feel so bad for that baby. I've got it. You know what? Both my kids are healthy. They're both happy. I love them. They have a great life. Yeah, I'm in college and I struggle with tuition sometimes, but you know what? When I asked for help to find grants for moms, it wasn't to be torn down by a bunch of people. It was to say, hey, here's a website for you. Good luck, and I hope you do well so you can better those kids' life and yours. No, I got that you should have had an adoption or abortion because those kids are, it's so sad what you're doing to those kids. You keeping them was selfish. Selfish, unlike a lot of people I know, I owned up to my responsibilities and kept my children. I know girls who have purposely drank kids away because they weren't ready, and instead of doing adoption, which I think would have been better, they just got rid of them. They just made sure their bodies were too sick to take care of that baby. And I'm the bad one. I didn't walk away from my kids. Their dad did, and I'm the bad one. Don't let them get to you. You say, you know what? I grew up and did what an adult would do. I made the choice that was going to be best for me and these children. And you just walk away. You'll always have help. You'll always find a home. You'll find a great guy. You'll finish college. You'll have a great life. Don't let anyone tell you different. If you ever need anything, message me on here. I'll let you know. Because you know what? Even if you don't believe in things I believe in, life is going to get better. And you're going to have this beautiful baby with you to push you, to make you work harder, to drive you. And it's going to be okay. It really is. So, I got to go get my babies laid down for a nap because apparently they don't think it's nap time. And they're laughing in the background. So, see you later. I'm going to post a song here in like 2 minutes. My kids go to sleep. Have great days. And remember that baby's a blessing. If you're a guy or a girl. And if you stuck around for your kids, good job. You did awesome. If you made sure your kid had a better life, good job. I'm proud of you. And sometimes that's all you need to hear. Even from a stranger, I'm proud of you. And I'm proud of you. Because those kids deserve your love. Alright, see ya.